Wilson is the husband of Myrtle. He doesn't give off an impressionable character, owning an unprosperous garage and gas station in the Valley of Ashes. Though he loves his wife dearly, he is, for the most part of the book, oblivious to her affair. After starting to realize what Myrtle had done behind his back, he becomes driven by anger, frustration, and sadness, becoming a victim of his own emotions. The result of his wife's death had caused him to take rash decisions in an attempt to create his own self of justice.
Michaelis is a Greek immigrant who owns a coffee shop in the Valley of Ashes. He's known Wilson for 4 years and is characterized by a charitable personality without hidden intentions, unlike majority of the characters in The Great Gatsby, and contrasts the darker themes and ideas that become dominant towards the end of the book. Michaelis is the main witness to the death of Myrtle and cares for Wilson after he becomes physically and emotionally unstable.
In this scene, Wilson and Michaelis have a friendly conversation, showing good friendship and their outlooks on living in the Valley of Ashes.
He's a good man, but it probably wasn't such a good idea to marry Myrtle and bring her here. I knew it right from the start. The way she looks at this place, always leaving like an unhappy child. If I work hard enough, someday I'll be able to buy my own house outside of this place.
And once Tom sells me his car, all I need to do is polish it and sell it for good profit. That money will be enough to treat Myrtle out. That'll make her happy for sure, like the old times.
You know, George, I've been getting tired of this black smoke in this isolated place.
Haha, it'd be nice to not have the garage dusty for once.
This place hasn't changed much, don't you think? I mean, the billboard up there? It hasn't been cleaned for years. It's like this place is invisible.
Hey, if I had the energy, I would have probably cleaned up around here.
Wilson becomes physically sick when he finds out about Myrtle's affair, though he does not know who it is with. Through Michaelis, we see a change in his character as he locks up Myrtle, showing how much he loves her to that extent and how he shows power and authority over Myrtle for the first time.
Doglish, there's no way we could have bought everything she's been bringing home. Always similar explanations. Going out to see her sister, huh? How did I realize it just now? She's been having an affair. I can't lose her. I know she's been unhappy. I'll take her away from here. Once I buy Tom's car, we'll get out of this place. Go west. Just somewhere away from here. If I don't lock her up, she'll leave me. I know I can't help her much, but if we go somewhere else, we can start over again. So she's coming whether she wants to or not.
George, are you alright? You look sick. Maybe you should take a rest.
I'll lose business that way.
No harm in taking a day off, though. Where's Myrtle?
My wife and I, we're leaving this place soon.
What? Where is she?
Is Michaelis my wife's other man? It's possible that the reason why I haven't found out was because it's easy for them to meet up since we're neighbors. Michaelis, I locked her up upstairs.
What? George, what happened? Can't possibly be true. Wilson? Not once did he ever have power over Myrtle. He's his wife's man, I know it.
Where were you at the 11th? And what were you doing? The 21st? How about the 28th?
I've been doing business, George. What's the matter?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Listen, George, I have to go. There's customers at my shop. I'll talk to you soon.
After Myrtle's death, Wilson becomes emotionally and physically unwell. His state has worsened by the devastating discovery that though the rich can get away with having to take responsibility, the poor always have to pay consequences and have no money to rely on. Michaelis attempts to comfort him and watch over him until he becomes well.
Oh God, Myrtle, she was everything to me. It was all my fault. If I hadn't locked her up, she wouldn't have run away. It's all my fault. Oh God, she's gone. Save us, bring us justice. I could have protected her, I should have protected her.
Staring into that old advertisement, those empty-looking eyes. He snapped. He's overwhelmed by everything, probably blaming himself for her death. He's always been so simple, so easy to understand. He's planning something. But what? What can he possibly do?
Why did it have to be her? God will bring order. He sees everything. No, if I see her doing nothing, I won't be able to do anything for her. I want justice, but how? The police are gone. That yellow car! My wife came home last time with her face all bruised up. The driver of the yellow car is the man she's been having an affair with. That damn coward didn't even stop. I'll search everywhere for it if I have to. I'll bring justice myself. I'll make him feel the pain I feel. He thinks he can get away with this? I'll kill him, like how he murdered Myrtle.
That's just an advertisement, George. How long have you been together for? I'm asking you a question, George. How about church? Surely you must have a church at a time like this.
He killed her. I have a way of finding out.
What is he talking about? How does he know who killed her? That's impossible. He's being delirious. He's not in his right state of mind. George, look, you're exhausted. You're talking nonsense. It's better that you take a rest and we can talk tomorrow morning. It was an accident, George. An unfortunate accident. Don't do anything rash. Just stay here. Whatever it is you're planning, don't follow it.
Wilson kills Gatsby, thinking that it was him who killed Myrtle. He begins by asking around, searching from garage to garage about the yellow car, and ends by killing himself. Unfortunately, he awakens to the reality that while the rich have money and other things that they can rely on to protect themselves, the poor always has to suffer the consequences. He was a victim of its own sadness, anger, and desire for revenge. Meanwhile, Michaelis, whose name is a biblical illusion, becomes a messenger to the police about Wilson's actions. In the end, Tom still retains the power to manipulate Wilson.
Gatsby. Tom told me he was the owner of that car. It must be her. It was enough that he took her away from me. We were going to start a new life together, but he murdered her. He's not even taking responsibility. He took advantage of her. Took her as his plaything and didn't even give one damn about it. It's only right that I don't let him get away. I'll avenge Myrtle. I never gave her much, so this is the least I can do. To hell with the court and the police. They're only there if we have money. If I don't kill him now, then nothing will happen.
George? George? No. This can't be. George? Where would he go? It can't be true. Is he out to find the driver? He must have heard the information I gave the officer when I was talking. He knows it's a yellow car. No, but what can he possibly do? He's always been exhausted, sitting, watching cars go by when he's not working, laughing in an agreeable manner. He's just not capable of it. But that look in his eyes the other night, it was different. I felt his anger. I have to tell the police.
I have nothing else to live for. It's a cruel world we live in. Money, power, influence. The rich can hide behind all that. So was I wrong in this? I have no choice. I couldn't have made him take responsibility for his actions. I have nothing else. I'll get caught for sure. There's no point in living if I have nothing else to live for. I'll follow you soon, Myrtle. We'll be together in a while. I did this for you.